Have you got a team member or a colleague who isn't afraid to let you know they're the expert, who uses their expertise and the power it gives them like a weapon over the rest of you? If that person is causing you problems at work, then you might have a scary specialist on your hands. When this happens, the costs can be high. Talented people are likely to be leaving or quiet quitting because of them. Everybody else has to tiptoe around them or risk getting bullied. And trying to get anything done that they disagree with is impossible, as they use their knowledge to block it. So in this video and the following segments, I'm going to show leaders and HR professionals what to do if you've got a scary specialist on your team. I'll talk about how to lead a scary specialist, which can often feel like an impossible task, daunting, frustrating, and exhausting. And if you want to go further and transform a scary specialist from one of your biggest challenges into one of your greatest assets, I'll show you what it takes to do that too. I'm Nick Robinson, and I'm an executive coach and the author of The 9 Types of Difficult People, published by Pearson. I've been coaching for over 25 years, and I specialize in helping difficult individuals and teams to be effective and feel good about their work. Nobody really wants to be difficult at work, even a scary specialist. But people get stuck in how they behave because of their stress responses and their habits. If you can read the patterns these behaviors create, you can find the best way to do something about it. Leading a scary specialist takes the right strategy and a lot of holding your nerve, especially if you want to do more than just deal with them. But this is where you should be aiming. Don't ignore what's going on or think it will go away. As a leader or an HR professional, the demanding nature of a scary specialist is a chance for you to up your game too. Get this right, and instead of someone who constantly weaponizes their expertise, you can have someone who is the powerhouse of your organization. In the next segment, I'll show you how to spot a scary specialist, the signs to look out for, and the impacts to be aware of as the first step towards turning things around. Suppose you've got a team member or colleague who's a scary specialist, the expert who isn't afraid to let you know it, who even weaponizes their expertise to wield power over people. I want to show leaders and HR professionals what to do about the scary specialist. In this segment, I'll talk about how to spot them, the signs to look out for, and the impact they have. This is going to sound quite negative, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Nobody really sets out to be difficult at work, and once you understand what's going on, you can pick the right leadership strategy to deal with it, or even transform a scary specialist into a great asset for your organization. Here's what to look out for. First, there's the collateral damage they're causing. Your scary specialist wants everyone to perform perfectly right out of the gate. If new recruits or even old hands aren't getting it right first time and fast, there's trouble. Those people are likely to be highly criticized or even covertly bullied. So look out for an increase in turnover as people leave. And watch out for a drop in performance as the ones who can't leave just quiet quit instead, or keep their heads down to avoid that criticism. Second, you notice that you and your colleagues are tiptoeing around the scary specialist. You avoid difficult discussions. You tread very carefully when it comes to any decisions that might affect their domain. You might notice that they're also critical of you or colleagues, or they might be sneakier about it, using their expertise to quietly block your attempts to change or improve things. You'll almost certainly be told by them that other parts of your organization are really not up to scratch, or that this drags down the performance of their own department. Third, you'll probably be very aware that the barriers are up. Under pressure, a scary specialist wants to disconnect from you, from colleagues, and from the rest of the business. They just want you all to go away and let them get on with things the way they want to do it. Spotting these behaviors is an important step. The more you understand how they show up, the better equipped you are to tackle them. In the next segment, I'll share my strategies for leading a scary specialist, so you can deal with the impacts they're having and make the most of their strengths. Please like and follow for more insights on turning all kinds of challenging dynamics into great working relationships. Leading a scary specialist can be a real challenge. They're the expert who isn't afraid to let you know it. And when they're being difficult, they'll weaponize their expertise to stop you from controlling them. And the damage they can cause can be extensive. People leaving or quiet quitting, blocking any attempts at change or improvement, putting the barriers up to keep you out. As a leader, this can be exhausting. So in this segment, I'll share my 3 strategies for effectively leading a scary specialist. If you apply these, you can reduce the damage they cause and keep their strengths. Leadership strategy 1 is to rearrange things around your scary specialist instead of getting them to change. It wouldn't be my first choice, but you should ask yourself, how powerful is this person? For example, if they're a part owner or if they wield significant influence, your scope for action will be restricted. But if you do this, don't ignore the risks. Make sure they're surrounded by a highly competent team, people who can respond well to their demands and criticisms, and make sure your HR policies are watertight in case something does go wrong. Leadership strategy 2 is to become more scary yourself. Some leaders are naturally measured and reasonable, and a scary specialist will take advantage of this. Understand that their poor behaviours are probably driven by their unconscious fears, but show them your own scary side. Make it clear that you won't tolerate unacceptable behaviours and that there'll be consequences if it continues. Leadership strategy 3 is to demand that they raise their game. Above all else, a scary specialist values competence. But if they're having a negative impact on the people around them, this is a sign of incompetence on their part. So demand that they develop better collaboration and interpersonal skills. Of course, you'll help them to do this, but make it clear that these are as important as their technical skills for getting the job done properly. I'm Nick Robinson, and I'm an executive coach and the author of The 9 Types of Difficult People, published by Pearson. I've been coaching for over 25 years, and I specialize in helping difficult individuals and teams to be effective and feel good about their work. If you apply those 3 leadership strategies, they'll give you a solid framework for managing a scary specialist effectively. In the next segment, I'll show you how to go further, how leaders and HR professionals can coach and develop a scary specialist to become the kind of leader who lifts your entire team. Coaching and developing a scary specialist isn't for the faint-hearted. They're the expert who isn't afraid to let you know it, who weaponizes their expertise to avoid being controlled. But at their very best, a scary specialist can be great. They'll consistently deliver high-quality results. They'll help other people to shine. They'll raise standards, set the pace for success, and be the powerhouse of the business. If you follow my development tips, you can have a scary specialist who is no longer scary. Instead, they'll use their skills to help the team drive results and quality in a way that benefits everyone. Development tip 1 is about your personal power. Whether you're their leader or an HR professional, the scary specialist will be testing you, so be ready for this. Have you got the right level of skill and experience? Are you expert enough to tailor the process to fit them? Do you have the personal authority to support their growth, but not do the work for them? Development tip 2 is about using fierce compassion. Fierce compassion is a seamless blend of understanding and empathy mixed with a real no-nonsense approach. You're in the lion's den when you're coaching a scary specialist, but the lion is hurting. You'll need to switch between compassion and fierceness almost moment by moment. Then you can get close enough to help them and keep them safely in the learning space. Development tip 3 is about uncovering and shifting the deeper patterns that are keeping a scary specialist stuck in difficult behaviours. If they could still be brilliant at their work and not alienate other people, would they want to know how? See if they often self-sabotage by assuming that change always makes things worse or that they don't have time to change. See if they habitually blame other people instead of solving problems together. Development tip 4 is about the 2 leadership styles your scary specialist needs to learn. The first is visionary leadership and how to inspire people towards a longer term vision. The second is to develop a coaching style of their own so they can share their expertise constructively instead of demanding instant competence. If you use the leadership strategies and development tips I've shared, you'll help the scary specialist grow and create an environment where the whole team thrives. It's definitely challenging, but the results are worth it. I'm Nick Robinson, executive coach and author of The 9 Types of Difficult People. If you found this useful, please like and follow for more insights on turning challenging dynamics into great working relationships.